And we're live.
Brilliant.
Right. Welcome, everybody. We are doing a random Friday evening chat, and I'm more than happy to say I've got Ste Green with me here. I've been meaning to ask you to do this for ages, so we thought we'd just make it happen. How are you?
Good, good, good. It's a bit warm up here, but it's the only place I can be away from the kids. So,
Yeah, well, let's start with that. Where are you, and why are you up there?
I'm in the loft where I keep all my listed stock, but I've got to be up here because I would have a kid on each shoulder, and then they'd be grabbing the phone, and it would be chaos. So,
Is that your little
this is the
place?
only place in the house I can be alone without the kids.
Fantastic. I mean, I was looking around when we chatted off air the other day. I was just looking around. It's like your little stock den up there. So is this listed stock? Is what's behind you?
This is all listed stock. This is everything that's on eBay now, and then I've got my shed that I'll keep all my unlisted stuff in.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is all listed stuff. So
Fantastic.
hopefully it's all gone by Christmas.
Yeah, I always hope that. And then I buy more crap in between. Right, a lot of people are popping in now because notifications have gone out. So if you just joined us, happy to say I've got Ste Green with me. We're going to have a chat about reselling and YouTube and whatever comes up. I'm going to say a few hellos. First in was Dr. Doodle Doo. Then we've got Paul, Vinny, Claire, Council Estate Reseller, Tyler, Kaz, Death by Glamour, Phil, Peter Ray, welcome, Lady Lolly, loads and loads of people. There's Laura, Kelly. Wow, I'd be here all day. Let me scroll to the end. So yeah, if you do have any questions for should I call you Steve or Steve? Is it Steve that you actually go by? I want to know.
It's Steve, but my mom calls me Steve.
Okay, I'll
But
stick with Steve.
yeah, normally Steve.
Fantastic. So yeah, I was going to say, if you do have any questions for Steve, pop them in. I might notice them or be more likely to notice them if you put capital questions in front of it, and we'll try and get onto that. So when did you start reselling? That's my usual question for resellers that we get on. How long have you been flogging stuff on the old eBay?
I think I started. I was trying to work this out earlier. I think it was 2016, January 2016. Um, I'd found the YouTube videos like everybody else, and I studied it for about a month, and then I started on 2016. Opened my account. Well, not open my account. Started reusing my account.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
sort of stuff did you start off selling? Was it your own gear? Was that how you got into it, or did you go straight
Um,
up buying?
what it was, I tried to start a website. Um, it was called geekygreens.co.uk. I was trying to sell T-shirts and Funko figures. So I had a load of those when I first started. So I just started off with that.
And how did they go?
Um, when I got them on eBay, they were fine, but on my website, I think I sold about two or three. And that was like in about 6 months.
Yeah. They're the little vinyl like Funko Pop things, you mean, yeah?
Yeah, the ones with the little black eyes, like small body, massive head kind of thing.
So were you getting them new then, wholesale, or just picking them up used?
I got a wholesale account with I can't remember the company, but I got in touch with Funko, who were the makers of the figures,
Hmm.
and they got me in touch with the UK wholesaler, and then they started supplying them to me. But yeah,
Do you not
yeah,
do that anymore then? Because some of those, I've never really sold them to be honest, but some of those can be good money, can't they? Do you still do it or not?
no, I don't do anymore because as soon as you start getting into it, you realise everybody's drop shipping them off Amazon. So you're buying them brand new. I think you had to buy the least amount that you had to buy was 3 boxes of six, and the profit was about £4. So it just really wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it in the end, and I just kind of knocked it on the head. So, as soon as I found out about selling secondhand stuff on eBay, I was like, oh, I'll
Yeah.
knock it on the head.
I get a lot of questions. People come on and find the channel, think reselling looks good, but what about wholesale? And people question me about wholesale and why don't you do wholesale? Why don't you import? Why don't you do this and that? And I've had various wholesale accounts when I've had high street shops, and
Yeah,
margins are so slim.
yeah,
You need to be doing hundreds, if not thousands, of items and new stuff to make the margin, and that never quite works for me on eBay. But
yeah.
yeah. Oh, I just need to quickly. I've had a super chat. Let me scroll back. Hi Keith, how are you doing? Keith Cavery, is it Cavery? I think so. Cavalry. The super chatted $5. There's no message there, but thank you so much, Keith. Appreciate that. A bunch of people come in saying hello. Hi, Connor, Paul, Lord Ahab. Oh, Keith does have a message there. It says, thanks for all your great videos. It's my pleasure. I'm glad you enjoy them. Reselling Polyism, Michelle Green.
Oh dear. I better be on my best behaviour then if she.
Is that? Oh, is that Shell?
Yeah, that's my wife.
Oh, I didn't even twig.
I better
Fantastic.
be on my best behaviour.
Yeah. And Mel and all sorts of people popping in. Is that Lex? I saw someone said hello. Oh yeah, Lex is in. Who wants a Morgan spiced and Coke? I wouldn't say no.
I'm not a massive fan of Morgan Spice. I think I had a bad night on Morgan Spice once.
Oh, okay. So, and also I think I put in the title, obviously that I was going to chat with you about part-time reselling because you are still working, right? Do you want to explain the job situation and how you're finding how you get on at work?
Yeah,
Make fun of your channel because that's quite a big part of your channel is about.
yeah. I'll try and make it not be, but if I have a bad day at work, the channel normally suffers.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll work a full-time job 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and then I do the reselling. Well, I have to put the kids to bed, and then it's probably between 8 and 12 that I do the reselling. But when it comes to leaving the job, I'm not there yet. I could go part-time, but I just don't feel it's right yet. Until I'm 100% that I know I'm going to get this certain amount of money per month, I don't want to risk it.
So is that what you're still trying to build up to? Would you like to do reselling full-time or is that on the horizon then?
Yeah, I'd love to do reselling full-time. It's just money-wise, really. And I can, because I don't drive, I only pick up, I always work it out. I think I pick up about 20 items per week when it comes to going to the charity shops and then the car boot on a Sunday. And then obviously my week's taken up with work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a big leap, and
Yeah.
I talk to a lot of people about this, and like you just said, I suppose you could work out mathematically how many items you'd need to be finding every week, and see if it's kind of physically possible. But not driving, I guess, is a big one. Mind you, how far are you away from charity shops? Then whereabouts in the UK are you, and how are you? Can you find charity shops easily?
I'm from Wolverhampton in the West Midlands. I'll go into the town centre every Saturday. I just get the bus into the town centre. It's become a routine. And then every other Sunday, I go to the car boot and I just get a taxi to the car boot. But obviously, it's just I have to get the amount of stuff until my arms go numb. Basically, that's what I say at the car boot. I've still got space in one of my hands, and then I can leave. But yeah, it is a bit of a nightmare not driving. I am looking into driving, but again, it's money wise.
Yeah, it's a big expense. It's crazy the amount just on lessons, isn't it? It's just I'm glad I did it when I did. Good Lord,
It's ridiculous.
Have you had any lessons actually, or have you not gone that far?
No, I've never had any lessons. I think I've been behind the wheel of a car once, and that was my mum's, and then I kind of chickened out and I got it.
Does Shell drive? Does your other half drive?
No, we don't drive. No, it's all taxis and buses.
And as far as reselling goes, is it in your household? Is it a solo pursuit for you, or does your family get involved in any way at all?
The kids get involved with stealing stuff as soon as I get back from the car boot. Like, they've got the whole Imaginext set down the stairs, which was going to make me quite a bit of money, and they've took it now. But Shell would be better at reselling than I am. She just has an eye for stuff, but she just doesn't want to do it. She likes to play games on a phone, and she doesn't want to really be listing stuff on eBay every night. But she'd be better than me. She always finds good stuff.
Right. Well, that's a tricky one, isn't it? Have to coax her in somehow. If you're watching, you've got the eye for it. Apparently, get out there and find some stuff.
I have tried, but she gets impatient. Like, she's got her own eBay account, and if it's like been on there for a day, she's like, "Oh, this isn't selling. Well, why isn't this selling?" And she gets really like knocked about it. But it's like, no, come on, just it's going to be on there. Like, I've got stuff that I sold a couple of things lately that have been listed for a year, and she just like, no, it's not sold in a few days. I can't be bothered. I'll give up.
I was just looking in the chat. There's a few people. Stephen Bennett says, thanks to Steve, I sold a Ben 10 Hyper Alien Vilgax, is it? My first Ben 10 figure. My next question was, what sort of stuff do you sell? I mean, I remember watching your videos. Sorry, that's my doorbell. I've got one of these under the desk now. I'll unplug it. I remember you were, I think you're really still into Ben 10 as well, figures wise. How did you get into that? And let us know a little bit about how that works.
It was last year because of me only being able to go to the charity shop and the car boot once a week. What I did is I started buying job lots off Schmock, and what I found with Ben 10 was that, and they still do for me, they sell every other day. So I constantly just buy job lots, break them down into like little bundles, and they always sell. I tried to do it with WWE figures, but it didn't work. I've now got thousands of WWE figures which I can't get rid of. But
yeah, I had to slash my wrestling figures to get rid of them this time around. I don't know why, whether it's suddenly, whether I had the wrong stuff or it's gone a bit out of fashion or what. But
yeah,
I struggled with my last lot. I was almost giving them away by the end. But
yeah, last year I was selling them as much as I was selling the Ben 10, but I haven't sold. I've got, they must take up about 200 of my listings, and I haven't sold any for about 2 months. So they're just not going anywhere now.
yeah,
Not sure why.
I did well when I had one of the like spring-loaded rings and bundled
Yeah.
the figures with that and got like 30 or 40 quid. But just the figures, just weren't going anywhere. And that sold to somewhere ridiculous, like the sort of Antarctica above Canada somewhere, and it had to go some crazy postal system. It cost like 40 quid to send it, and I think the whole bundle was 40 quid. It was really weird. Middle of nowhere, but yeah. There's a few people saying that they're kind of in the same boat. Paul Cabot says, I'm the same. I want to build mine up to full-time income. Sean Gilbert, I want to be full-time self-employed by 2020. In employment, I do 10 times as much work for less money.
Yeah. Back to that.
Joe Cooper has a question. Have either of you had any problems with GSP? And is it calculated for the customer at checkout? Good question. Do you use GSP first? And do you want to explain for those that have no idea what we're talking about, what it is, if you do use it?
Yeah, I use GSPs. GSPs, I'm going to butcher the description, but GSP is basically eBay's international services, and it saves you doing the international postage.
Yeah, in a nutshell, yeah. Global shipping program. So if you have it enabled, essentially we as the seller only have to get it to eBay's like hub, and then they ship it internationally, and that's their problem. Once we get it to them, we're done, aren't we? And then they send it internationally, tracked and signed. And the customer pays at eBay for that part. So that part of the question, when does the customer, or how does the customer find out how much they're paying? I'm not sure. And I get a lot of international customers saying, how much is shipping when I've got GSP on, and I can't answer the question.
Yeah, I'm the same. I'll get loads of questions asking that. Well, how much is this going to cost me to get here? And I'm like, I use GSP. I don't know. So I think there's a way of finding out.
Go on, say again.
There's got to be a way of finding out, but I just don't know.
I assume that it's shown somewhere. I've been saying to them, go through to checkout and it will show.
Yeah.
Then they have to kind of buy it to find out. But yeah, I'm not sure that's been working out. Let me see what else we've got coming in. Richard Payne says, Steve goes to the same car boot as me. Do you know Richard?
I've never met Richard, but I do know that he lives locally to me.
Yeah. Oh, your better half says, I help with the packing and I'm the cart horse who takes the parcels to the post office.
Okay. Yeah, she is the delivery service to the post office. I will give her that.
Oh, Karen's in. Oh, sorry, it just jumped. I was just going to read that. Oh, blimey, I'm way behind. Pizza's ordered. Diet is really not going at all. Thanks. Drink my calories for the week. Saturday, right? Okay. Brummy PC Gamer says the guy with the beard, is he from Birmingham?
No, I'm a yam yam, not a brummie.
A yam yam? What's that all about?
It's a big thing in the Midlands because obviously I'm from Wolverhampton, so we sound a little bit like Brummies,
Yeah.
just a little bit like Brummies. But it's a if you call anybody in Wolverhampton, oh, did you come from Birmingham? It's always, I'm not from Birmingham. I'm yam yam. I'm from Wolverhampton. I'm from the Black Country.
I've never heard that term before. Okay, let me scroll down. Right, sorry guys if I've missed anything. I'm just trying to catch up in the chat. Peter's got a question there I can see right near the end. How are the clothes going, Steve? Are you selling clothing now?
Yeah, I got into clothing a couple of months ago. They're okay. Again, it's just bits and bobs, but it's a weird one. Clothing. I've tried to. I'm not sure. I maybe get one or two sales a week, and I don't know if I'm doing something wrong. If it's the photos, like I always feel like every time because I always do when I do my listings, I do sell similar. I never really create a listing because I do everything through my phone. And I always find every time when I look at something, everything's got a mannequin, and I haven't got a mannequin. I'm just hanging everything from the door with a white background, so I'm always thinking, "Oh, is it because it looks rubbish?" Or
Yeah, Andrea swears by the pictures with clothing and how you
yeah,
set it up and stuff. I think it's a bit of a dark art because I watch other people's videos and they sell loads of clothing and do really well on it. And when I used to sell clothing alongside Andrea, I really struggled with it, and it
yeah.
bored me to tears as well, which was not helpful. But yeah, I mean, Andrea does well somehow. I think she just has an eye for some of the obscure stuff. We sold a coat yesterday for £80 that she paid £1 for a jumble.
Man.
Hideous, like, well, it wasn't hideous, but it was like technicolored rainbow coat thing.
Yeah. When I have sold clothing, it's always something that's really ugly.
Yeah.
It's always something that's really like, why would anybody want to wear that?
Yeah, it's so true. I think it was Lex I was watching like yesterday or whenever, a live stream, and she was going fugly shirt, fugly this and all that. But yeah, it works. It's true. Now going back to what you sell, we can see some of it behind you. I mean, we've mentioned the toys. Would you say that was your niche that you're comfortable in, and what do you sell beyond toys?
I'd say the main thing that I sell at the minute is bric-a-brac. Like I call this section bric-a-brac lane. We named it bric-a-brac lane because it's everything from the bric-a-brac in a charity shop. I'd say that's the main thing that I pick up. Just I'm always in a charity shop, like trying to find a little logo or something and having a look. But I'd say the main thing is the Ben 10 figures because they sell every other day, all the time. But second to that is bric-a-brac.
And when you say bric-a-brac, I can see crockery and sort of household stuff. So it's what
Yeah, it's
sort of
all
stuff you'll find in every charity shop, I guess.
yeah, it's all teapots and milk jugs and stuff like that. But I've named all. I've got Teapot Corner down there. There's Bric-a-Brac Lane, Plush Palazas next to me. I've named everything.
So are you kind of learning as you go with that stuff? Because
Yeah,
I know very little about crockery, but we're having a stab at that at the minute, and we're just floundering in the dark. We really are. It's interesting though.
yeah. I've just kind of. I suppose it's the same with everything. It's just I've got that logo sells for well. Right, I'll look for that logo when I go around. I suppose it's the same.
Yeah.
Same for clothing, toys, everything.
Oh, hi, Margaret. Margaret, Texas Gal Treasures is in. Good to see you.
Hello.
Piper Picker said, would love to see that multicolour coat. I expect Andrea will do a sales roundup at one point because she was chuffed to bits with that. I expect she'll share it. I bet she has on Instagram already. I don't do Instagram. Do you do Instagram, Steve?
Yeah, I do Instagram. Yeah, I do a lot of Instagram.
I need to get into it. I just don't get it. I just
I enjoy Instagram. It's not like YouTube, but you can do lives on there, and you can do like little stories and stuff like that. There was I haven't seen him for a while, but Sib K was really good at Instagram.
Yeah, Andrea said he does really well over there. Loads of people follow his account or whatever. I
Yeah,
must find the time to. It just feels like another thing that's going to sap my time. When I should be sat here listing, I'll then be doing YouTube stuff, Facebook stuff, and then Instagram. It'd be like that's the whole day gone.
yeah. It does take up a lot of time because you've got to keep on. I don't do the stories, but you've got to keep on top of your stories, and it is a lot of work.
I will endeavour to maybe have a go at some point, but don't hold your breath.
There's too many social medias out there.
Karen says, I've bought some grandma tat crockery. Is that a technical term? Grandma tat. BC says, about clothing, I recently bought a male torso mannequin and sales have improved tenfold. That and a shoe stretcher to make shoes fuller and better shape makes a huge difference. So it might be worth getting a cheap mannequin. See if
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's storing it inside my small house. That's the only problem. Shell already goes mad at me about how much space I take up down the stairs.
Well, another question I had coming up was about storage, because you work from home. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And well, we can see you're in the loft at the moment, and you mentioned the shed. So does that become an issue, bringing stuff constantly into the house?
Yeah, it causes an issue. It causes an issue relationship-wise, to be fair.
Yeah.
Shell's constantly going mad. Like, you need to get that away from the garden door and stuff like that, because I'm always blocking stuff. But like, we've just got papers for an extension, so we're thinking about doing that in the next couple of years. And Shell says that I'm going to get a room. We'll see what happens.
Oh, that's exciting. You're going to extend the house.
Yeah, we've just got today. Actually, we just got it in writing that we've got the okay to build on the side of the house. So I think we're just going to have a single story. We think we have got it written up for 2 stories. I'd prefer 2 stories, but obviously the cost.
Yeah, it's not cheap. I mean, even to convert this, which was already a standing building, it wasn't that cheap, and we did it as cheaply as we could, really. So yeah, that's exciting, eh? And you're hoping to maybe get some eBay storage space out of that potentially.
Well, that's what Shell's selling it to me for. She's like, "Oh no, it's for you. You know, you can have a room." And it's like, "Yeah, of course. We'll see. We'll see what happens when the kids have a playroom and you extend the living room."
Yeah. Oh, she hasn't commented on it yet. Let us know what your plans are, Shell, for that.
I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. I think I've actually shut the loft. I got to shut the loft because I know one of the kids would be, "Hello, Dad," and stuff like that. I don't think she's going to let me out.
That's it. Yeah, you're up there forever until it's all sold. Hyperpicker says, I've just saw the coat. It looks lovely. So I guess Andrea shared it. Yeah, it wasn't really that ugly. It was big though when I packaged it up today, big and heavy. Sean Gilbert says, eBay are doing 10% off until 8 p.m. tonight. I tell customers to type perks in checkout to get 10% off before 8 p.m. and try to get more money from them while they save. So you pretend it's a it's a discount in your own store. Is that what you mean? I never understand that 10% off. When eBay offer it, they're offering money off your stuff. So are they're paying that bit that the customer doesn't pay back to you, I assume. I don't know how that works.
I think so. I saw that today when I was looking through my listing, and I was like, "Hang on, have you reduced my items without telling me?" But I think they must take the hit.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they do.
That they reimburse us. But if it's an expensive item, they're going to be reimbursing like most of what we'll pay them for fee. I don't know. It's just
Well, I've sold a few items today, and I haven't had. There was nothing taken off me anyway.
Okay. What else did I have to?
It could be a problem for eBay if they did that.
Sorry, say that again.
It could be a problem for them, like if they were giving, but what is it, 3% off to everyone? God, that could be really, really costly to them.
10%.
Oh, is it 10%?
That's what Sean says. That eBay are doing 10% off until 8 p.m.
Oh, that could be really costly to them if they were taking the hit on everything.
Yeah. Perhaps I'm misunderstanding this. But nobody's correcting me in the chat, so I don't know. If you understand what on earth that's all about, let me know. Yeah, I need to say congratulations on your 10K run. You got a good time on that. So what's that all about? Are you building up for an event, or are you just keeping fit, or what's that all about?
It was more to keep fit. I've kind of since I've done eBay, I've kind of gone down and like eating pizza and not exercising. So I thought I need to I need to find a hobby to do. So I just thought I'd start running. I don't particularly like lifting weights, so I just thought I'd start running.
Yeah, but 10K is quite a big deal. What time did you do it in again?
It was 58 something, but I can't remember. It was definitely under an hour.
Yeah.
But I'd done it a few times earlier on the year, and then I've done my kneeing. And so it was my first 10K in about 3 months. And it was more a competitive thing, just seeing people go past you and going, oh, I've got to beat that person. I've got to beat that person.
Yeah, I saw on your vlog that was your motivation. Yeah. I remember because I used to do an awful lot of long distance cycling, and the only thing I was any good at school was long distance running, like 1500 meters and cross country.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm good at stamina stuff, but sprinting, no, there's nothing fast about me. So yeah, slow and steady. That was me. Yeah. So you're going to do another one then?
I'm planning on, well, yeah, I want to get to the half marathon next year. Because I think in Wolverhampton they do a 10K and a half marathon every year. And then hopefully the year after that, I want to do an actual marathon. That's the plan.
Well, from my very limited experience, it hurts like I can't say the word. Yeah. And we only walked it, obviously. I mean, you know the one I'm talking about.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
The
Wow.
10K hurt. I was hurt. I didn't do anything for about a week. It
Yeah.
really.
Not surprised. Yeah, we hurt so bad after walking the marathon. The hip
Oh,
and the knees, Jesus.
I
Wow.
can't imagine. When I was doing the 10K, I was like, how does someone do? Because I think it's 6 miles. The 10K was, and then is the marathon 26? I just
Uh
can't imagine.
yeah, it rings a bell. 26.2, is it? Something like that.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing 26. Well,
No,
hopefully I
funny.
will get to it. But
I have utmost respect now watching the actual like real marathon and they proper run the whole
yeah.
thing. It's like, no way, it blows my mind. Yeah, and we were hobbling around it. Just walking. Took us all night. Okay.
Did you have to sleep beforehand or did you go without any sleep and just do the 26 miles?
No, we didn't have any sleep. We just kind of hung around and then we set off at like midnight or whatever it was and just walked until 7 or 8 in the morning. It was weird, yeah. It was quite trippy towards the end because
Yeah, I
like
was going to say, yeah, I bet you were out of your mind by 6 o'clock.
totally. Yeah, because you just don't know quite what's going on, and it sun comes up, and you're knackered, but it's morning, and it's like, oh, this is so weird. Yeah, Andrew and I were actually talking. We might do another one because we're trying to keep fit, like you said. We're trying to walk every day, and unless you've got something to aim for to get you out the door and do a few miles walk, I need some motivation, and that really motivated us. We walked hundreds of miles in preparation for that and got
Yeah,
ourselves fit. So I'm thinking we might do something else at some point. We'll
yeah,
see.
you definitely need something to aim for.
I was going to ask you about YouTube actually, because when I first started watching your channel, you were doing daily videos, right?
Oh yeah.
How on earth? Well, why did you start doing that, and how easy or difficult was that to carry on? And how long did you do dailies for?
I think it was without a break. I think it was 3 months, and then I kind of had a couple of days, and then I got back on it. I think unless it was 2 or 3 days, I think I did it for about 6 months or a little bit over 6 months. But it become a burden after a while.
Yeah.
Because I just found myself repeating myself. Because the reason why I started doing it was I was basically talking to myself, walking to work, saying what I was going to say to my manager, and I thought I might as well do it on a camera. Like, moaning about work, I went, I might as well do it on a camera and see if anybody gets entertained by it.
Yeah. Yeah. It becomes slightly addictive as well after a while, and it also does become sometimes a pressure if you've got to
Yeah,
get that content out. Is that why you stopped the dailies, because it was just too much in the end?
it was too much, and I was getting fed up of my videos.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't rewatch every one, but I was looking at them going, okay. Like I remember I was doing videos where I was just lying on the settee saying, I've got nothing to say. I don't know what to do with this video. So yeah, I just didn't know what to do, and I went, no, I've got to stop doing this. But it became addictive. It became a thing of, no, I can't stop. You've got to do this forever. But yeah,
I've just noticed Shell has put the two-story is what I would love, as it would add 2 bedrooms, another bathroom, a toilet, and 2 other living rooms. But we'll
Yeah.
settle with the single story as a compromise. There you go. And Stephen Garland says, I've just started out. Is it normal to have an absolute lack of feedback from customers? Not that many people bother leaving feedback. Do you find
No.
the same?
Yeah, I don't get a lot of feedback. It's
Yeah.
very rare that I get feedback.
Yeah, people just can't be bothered.
Yeah. But to be fair, I know it's bad to say I'm probably the same. I
Yeah,
don't leave a lot of feedback.
I know. It's just another thing to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I normally do it in a bulk load, and just go, great eBay, and then just
Yeah.
send it off.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the thing. But if you have a bad experience, we're all straight on there.
Yeah.
uh, I wanted to ask as well regarding future plans. We kind of touched on it really. That in an ideal world, you get to a point where you could do this full time.
Yeah.
So, what ways are you kind of building up to that? Do you have anything in place, or is it just to kind of see what happens approach to it?
Well, my aim was to go part time sometime soon. I could go part time now with what I'm making, but it's I think it's just taking that leap to go part time, and I know I'm in a pretty cushy position, and I don't want to blow it until I know 100%, and I'm pretty confident that I can
Mm.
do it part time. And also I'm trying to save like a chunk of money. I've started doing this thing called match betting, and I'm trying to save money doing that. Um, to add it up, and then maybe when I've got a chunk of money, then I can go right. I'm going to go part time and see how that works.
Yeah, I've watched a few videos on match betting. I've
Yeah,
never attempted it. On the face of it, it sounds unbelievably simple, but I'm guessing it's not as simple as it sounds,
it,
or is
it,
it?
it takes up a lot of time. It
Right.
takes up a lot of time, and you've you've got to constantly be trying to trick the bookie as well. Because if the bookie clocks on to what you're doing, they will stop you from getting the offers. So
Hmm.
it's called being gubbed, and I've been gubbed by about 3 bookies now. They've stopped giving me the offers, but yeah,
Right.
it's okay when you first start, because you've got all these bookies that are saying, right, place, if you sign up with us today, you get £20 free bets, and that adds up when you're signing up to all the bookies. But as soon as you signed up to them, you rarely get any free money after that.
Oh dear, excuse me. Having a coughing fit. Let me have a drink. Yeah, because I remember the first I heard of that, I think was through Cora and Helen. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's
that's
what
what I found out about it. Yeah.
yeah. And it appealed to me, the fact that you could kind of make money for nothing, but I just never got involved. It all seemed a bit dodgy as well. I'm sure it's not because they're giving you the offers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're giving the offers, but they don't want you to do it.
no, obviously.
Yeah, if they clock onto you doing it, they will straight away put a. But you've also got to watch yourself. I've got kind of, because you get slot offers, and if you get lost into that, that's a dark road to go down.
Slot.
But
Oh, as in slot machines.
yeah, with the slot machines, and if you get into the slot machines, it can be, you
Yeah,
know, your money can just go down, and then you go, oh crap, I shouldn't have done that.
yeah. Oh, I wouldn't go. I wouldn't go near them.
Yeah.
That'd scare me. um, Gillian says I always leave feedback. Some of my customers come back and buy from me again. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Um, Paul says I used to ask people for feedback, but then I got a neutral. What for asking for it? I know some people do kind of follow up and chase. I mean, when I buy on eBay, quite often I get a follow up email saying, "How did you find your service? You haven't left me feedback. Please do," and all of that. But yeah, I don't have time for it, to be honest. Um, Callum again says I've literally just had a conversation about nobody leaving feedback. Very annoying. I guess it is more so when you're just starting out and you want to get some feedback under your belt and you'd
Yeah.
notice those odd ones, but I never look at it really now.
My account was pretty full of feedback because Shell used to buy off there, so I think I was at 1,000 feedback before I even started. So my feedback was pretty high anyway.
What, just from buying, you got 1,000 feedback?
Yeah, well, I think Shell used to sell some of the kids' clothes, but that it was from 2005, and we had 1,000 feedback already.
It's not bad going, is it? That is
Yeah,
a great way to build up feedback, actually, though. Just buy odds and sods that you need,
yeah.
and yeah, build it up that way. Right, let me just scroll down, see if we've got any more questions.
I'm gonna have to get a lamp for up here because it does look pretty dark.
John's just saying there he stopped match betting because it was boring. Well, if it's making you money, Michelle, your better half says she said hi and Liam said hello. Oh, before said Lacey as well. Happy you remembered that. I'm not sure what the conversation is.
Oh dear.
I'm missing bits. I think your kids are saying hi, basically.
They're probably watching it on the TV. What I imagine. Like then Lacey said before, and I was like, she said, "Oh, are you going to be on Nick's channel?" I was like, "How do you know who Nick is?"
I'll tell you what freaks me out is when people randomly like I can't remember who I was talking to on Messenger, but they sent a picture of the living room, and in the background was a telly with my ugly mug on it, like massive on this massive telly, and that the thought of it freaks me out. Obviously, I know people are watching, but to actually
Yeah.
see my face in someone's living room, it's just it's weird.
It's weird. I've had a few people in Wolverhampton town centre. I've only one or two that have stopped me and gone, "Oh, are you Ste Green? I've seen your videos," and I'm like, "Oh God!" And then I go, "Oh yeah, people watch," and it's like really weird.
Yeah,
I go into myself like, "Yeah," and then I'm like, "Oh God, what have you heard? What have I said?"
yeah. It's a weird moment, isn't it? And you never know quite what to say and how to be. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is odd. Oh, Quillen's just super chatted. Hi, Rob. How you doing? Nick, is he hiding from the police? Yeah, yeah,
I suppose with the beanie.
yeah. Nobody knows where Steve is. Shh. Secret. Oh dear. Yeah, thanks for the super chat, Quillen. Hope you're well.
It is eerie in here.
My loft gets ridiculously hot. Does that as well? You said it was warm earlier.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it's starting to warm up now. Now I've shut because the hatch is shut. It is pretty warm up here. In the summer, it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
We have to keep it open in the summer because I was worried about the plushies at some point. I was like, oh, if anything like catches a light or something, because it was really warm.
yeah. I think I may have ruined a load of cosmetics that I've got up there for Christmas because when we had that super hot patch like a couple of months back,
Yeah,
and well, we were away as well, and so we didn't have any air circulation or whatever. And
yeah.
I reckon I've ruined loads of stuff, but I haven't looked at it yet. I don't want to look at it. I don't want to find out. But
I,
yeah,
I,
I
had
was getting.
something, I had something that went soft. I can't remember what it was. I think it was a figurine, and it was that hot up here that it started to melt. I think the paint started to melt off it. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I had
How weird.
some really cool, like really fat, chunky, scented Christmas candles, and
Yeah.
they just all melted up there. It gets ridiculously hot. So yeah, bad times. Oh, and the other thing, I'm sure people are fed up with us banging on about it, but there's a meetup going on in Hitchin, and you've managed to be able to come down, and you're going to crash over now. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm going to stop over.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm nervous. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I am nervous. But I'm looking forward to
same here, mate. I mean, from my point of view, it's like so many. Well, from yours as well. A lot of people will be there that will know us or feel they properly know us,
it.
won't have any clue who they are. There'll be a room full of them.
It is going to be strange. As I said, when I see people in Wolverhampton, I don't know what to do, but there's going to be like maybe someone introducing themselves and like, I don't know who you are, but hello.
Yeah.
And maybe catching my video.
Yeah, I mean we're really looking forward to it, but it is going to be a strange evening, I'm sure. Oh, Krillin super chatted again. What's that question there? Nick, is it true EU doesn't have AC like USA? EU doesn't have AC like USA.
Air conditioning.
Oh, yeah, pretty much. We don't really get the
Mm.
temperatures to warrant it that often.
No, we don't. But I don't know anybody that's got an air conditioner in the house, to be fair.
No, some businesses do. Some businesses have air conditioned, temperature controlled offices, but most houses, 99% of houses in the UK, don't have any air conditioning. It's
No.
pretty much the same. I'd say the further south you go through Europe, you might get more AC, like down in Spain and Portugal, probably you do, but
Yeah.
yeah, not up here.
Not in the UK.
No, we needed some this summer. It's like hottest summer on record, wasn't it? Crazy.
It was ridiculous this summer. Was it?
Darren says, looking forward to the meetup. Yeah,
Oh,
Darren
does
and
it?
Phoebe are coming. That would be good.
God, I can't imagine the amount of people that are going to be there. I think I said to you yesterday, I hope that Weatherspoons is a big one.
It's the biggest place in Hitchin, hence we've chosen that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know how many people are coming. I know how many people have said they're coming, but yeah, who knows? I don't know what we started. But yeah, it is a big pub, so we should be all right, I think. We'll see. We may spill out onto the road. Yeah. Lucy says, question for Nick. Where did you get the blue tape dispenser from? Pass. I've had it for ages. I don't know. I've got 3 of these things now. I tend to pick up stuff like that from car boot sales because you just see them and think that'll be handy. I'll have another one. But yeah, I don't know. It hasn't got a make on it, but it's a really good one. Let me see if it has got a maker's name. No, don't know. It's the answer. Stephen Moore says, I'm going to come along with the wife.
Oh,
Fantastic. Have you warned Weatherspoons? I haven't, no. I haven't warned them at all. I'm sure they'll cope. It's a big pub. It's like it's an old, really old, I think it used to be a conservative club, weirdly. It's a really deep building and it's like on 2 levels, great big bar down the back, got a huge garden. I think they'll cope.
if it's got 2 levels, it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's not like one up, one down. It's like the front level, the street level's here, and then you have to go down steps down to the bar at the back. Lovely building. Yeah, yeah, it'll be fine. I can't worry about these things. I'd be so stressed if I was worrying about it. Will it be closed to the public? No, we're just going to the pub, and people are turning up. That's all the organisation have done. Like none. The pub might run out of nuts, says Bumcrack Picker. What? It'll be full of nuts.
Yeah.
Oh, Kelly's had a look at the pub online. It looks nice. It is a lovely building. They've done a really good job, actually. We like it there.
But it'd be the best day they've ever had, to be fair.
Yeah, we'll bring some money to it. I should be taking a cut, shouldn't I? Really, I should have.
Yeah. Should mention to him, I'm bringing 1,000 people. I think I should get a cut.
Can you imagine if that many people turned up? It'd be so fun.
Well, I was thinking, I was like, does Nick realise he's got 18,000 subscribers to his channel?
Yeah, the thing with that number is, I think because resellers come and go and people dip in and out, I've only probably got 3,000 or 4,000 active subs. It feels like, my videos get 2,000 to 3,000 maybe average views.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think they're all active, and a lot of them are in America and Australia and all over the place. So I doubt they're coming.
Imagine if an American turned up or somebody like that. That'd be weird.
That'd blow my mind. There was talk that a couple was trying to get over from Ireland, but I don't know if that's happening. I heard on the grapevine. Kelly says, yes, you should, Nick. Call yourself a businessman. What, take a cut from all the business? Ogie Live Picker says, I think you're going to be surprised. Well, whatever happens will happen. No going back now. People have booked hotels and stuff.
Yeah. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Did you say it's got a garden?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, big garden. But they do shut that at, I think, 8 or 9 in the evening for like local sound regulations or something. It's right in the middle of town as well. It's a great location. Paul Calvert, 2,000 in one pub, it'll be packed. There won't be 2,000 of us. I can pretty much guarantee you that. Oh, man.
You could make the local news.
Maybe. Yeah. Get
100,
riot
100
control will be
retail.
out.
Yeah.
I'll be blocking off streets. Yeah. Oh, my God. Everyone's talking about the meetup now. I'll have to renew my passport to come to next year's Nick convention. This is not a Nick convention, okay? Just people chatting in a pub about selling tat.
I was thinking that is it going to turn into an annual thing? Is it going to be every year?
No, people have said, people just like that comment. A few people have said, "I can't make it, but I'll come to the next one," making an assumption it's now a yearly event. I don't know. The original plan was, in all seriousness, that David McGregor talked about having like a more organized meetup, more of a conference like they did in America a couple of times. Yeah. And he was going to plan that and have it as an actual reseller event where people might learn some stuff and gain some information. And he was going to get guest speakers from eBay, Amazon, etc. But that's been put off till next year. So we're kind of just filling the hole, really. But if it works and people enjoy it, yeah, we'll do it again. I see no reason why not. Ask me the day after what we think about that idea. Yeah. Or maybe it should move around the country. That would be a good idea. You can host the next one, Steve.
Oh, don't know about
that. Anyway, I guess pretty soon we'll wrap this one up because we don't want to. Tahir and Beck will be on. I think it's normally about 8:30, so there's a bit of a gap. But yeah, we don't want to infringe on that. What they say now? Autograph signings. Oh, forget that. How will we recognize you? Will you wear a red rose? I don't know how to answer that. Not sure if 2,000 people will fit in Steve's loft. Oh, wow. Malcolm says, you're doing a charity shop walk the next day. Imagine 50 or 60 people following you around your local bargains. Well, the next day is going to be the Sunday. But there is a car boot sale in the town centre, like a couple of 100 yards from where the pub is. Oh, and literally kind of opposite the hotel where you're staying. So
I did look at a photo of the hotel. There's a massive car park over the road.
Yeah, but sort of behind that is where the church and then the market is. The market is where there's a Sunday boot sale. So it's literally a minute walk from the front door of that hotel. So we could kind of meet up down there. And then if it's on, there's a good one that's like about 15-minute drive. So we could cram as many people in cars as we can and go and raid that. It depends how people are feeling and how long people have got the next day, really. But I'm sure something will happen.
Me and Peter have already said we're going to raid the charity shops when we get there.
Lots of people have said that. So there's going to be a race to the good stuff. But you see, I'm going to go around on the Friday. So, yeah. I don't actually go around the charity shops in Hitchin anymore. When we had the clothing shop for a couple of years, I was in town and I'd go around every lunchtime and did really well out of it. But I just don't really go down now.
Yeah.
We probably do it about once a week, if that. But there are a couple of good ones. Shelsteruni says, I didn't realise the car boot was in town. Yep, in the middle of town. It's not a particularly good one. It's where the covered market is. There's the old market square, which is right in the middle of town, the lovely sort of old market square. But the new market, which is sort of behind where the church is, which is a covered modern market, they have it there. In the summer, it gets to about maybe 30 stalls. But towards the end of the season, like now, you might get 10 or 20. But it'll be interesting. Go and have a look.
Sure, somebody can find something.
Yeah, I don't get much from there, but every now and again, I score really big there. So, yeah, it'll be worth looking at. Stephen Moore, who needs a boot fair when we can go through Nick's stuff? Yeah.
It could be a good way of getting rid of some old stock if you did like a garage sale or garage sale on your front lawn.
Yeah, I could wear a disguise and go down on Sunday and have a boot sale and just sell all the crap I can't sell. Yeah, that's a good plan.
Taking advantage, there's loads of resellers in the area, might as well.
Yeah, that's a damn good idea. Oh yeah, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, can't wait for that. 22nd. If anybody is wondering what we're talking about, there's a casual reseller get together. That's all it is in the Angel Vaults pub in Hitchin from midday through the evening. So yeah, join us if you want to. BC, if all Nick's subs turn up to the car boot, it'll end up a mass brawl over stock like the fight scene in Anchorman. Oh dear. Those 2,000 people will be overloading the Hitchin mobile networks. Right, it's not going to be 2,000 people. I can pretty much guarantee that. I reckon we're going to be around the 30 mark, but I don't know. I might be underestimating.
Come on, let's get to 1,000.
Yeah. Right. Well, I've run out of questions to ask you, mate. So unless you have any questions for me, I guess we should wrap this one up.
Shell said I should write down questions, and then I completely forgot about it. So sorry.
That's cool. Well, thanks for joining us, everybody in the chat. We are currently at 175 viewers, so thanks ever so much for sticking with us. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you aren't subbed to Ste, I'm pretty sure I've already put the link below. If not, just search Ste Green Adventures, and that should bring up your channel, right?
Yeah, it should do. Yeah.
Yeah, and go and have a look. So yeah, thank you so much, Ste. I hope you enjoyed that.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invite, Nick. Thank you.
Not a problem. We'll do it again sometime. And I'll see you in, well, it's not far now. What day are we now? God, it's
a week tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, just around the corner.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Thank you again, Ste. And yeah, take care, everyone. See you later.
See you later.